I'm John Wood and I waste money on dumb shit. This week we're talking game. Fun fact, I'm technically a world champion in something. It doesn't matter that that game is 30 years old and died within a year and a half of it actually being released. I'm talking about X-Files customizable card game. Created in 1996 and dead by 1998. Whoops. Oh Christ. The game had 2 sets and 1 expansion. Another expansion was in release whenever they pulled the plug. However, thanks to COVID, just like every other game, everything came blowing back. And now there's a huge cult following online. They actually had a 25th anniversary game a couple of years ago. I didn't do great in. The one this past year, I actually went 0-3 to start it out, and then I wound up winning the whole thing, because, you know, what the fuck. But the game went from having a couple of sets and just being forgotten to all of a sudden now having expansions for every season. If you notice, this is the backing of the actual cards. However, this is the backing for the fan sets. That had to be done for legal reasons, but the cards are still the same. I mean, seriously, can you tell any difference? Now, the game shot up in price during COVID, but not nearly as bad as some of the other stuff. You can actually get open cards pretty dirt cheap, and sealed products is really reasonable. And part of the cool thing about the fan group is that they started doing some exploring and actually wound up tracking down some of the creators of the game. Those guys actually happened to smuggle out some of the original product and relics. There's some really cool shit in there. For example, this is what they originally looked like. After finishing playtesting, they started trying to come up with the product to actually be able to sell some to gaming stores, so then they came up with these. They actually have a bunch of different colors of these, and they're actually fairly readily available on eBay. Very expensive though. But once the relics started coming in, it was like an explosion. People were aware of the original Gen Con deck from 1996, which was for demonstration purposes only. This was a deck of 60 cards so that you could actually play and test it out at Gen Con. A lot of these got smuggled out, and so they're going for over $1,000 these days. However, while it started with Donruss originally, the card game got bought by USPC. They overproduced the hell out of the first edition, and I mean overproduced it. The other problem was because USPC was a playing card company and not a trading card company, they completely botched the correlation process. So if you buy packs of the original series, my god, you'll get 32 X-Files in a freaking deck and you can't actually play it. They saw this by making a second edition, which was much, much better. Correlation problems weren't there anymore, you could actually play right out of the box. Now if you're a fan of games like Clue, this is right up your alley. You can play this online with a camera looking at your board and one at your face to make sure you're not cheating. But it's very simple to play because you're just playing your game and somebody else is watching it. If you actually look up the X-Files CCG on Facebook and find the group, you can also look up Alien Investigations on YouTube. The group is so cool, they'll actually send you some free cards when you're first starting out. Now I actually won one of these, but they actually sent me one for free. There's tournaments coming up where you can actually win some cards, but again, just reach out and a lot of people will be on the group to help you out. But if you want to watch me win, you can actually check out Alien Investigations. They got the entire tournament from this previous year.